What's happening, people? Liverpool Prophet back with another match reaction. Defeat for Liverpool at the Amex Stadium. Brighton 3, Liverpool 2. Our fourth defeat of the season. And let's get into it. Because I'm gonna be totally honest. Not as annoyed at that as I would have been. I'm not as annoyed as I thought I would have been. Should I say? Let's get into it. Team selection. The team selection was very, very odd in my opinion. I thought we saw Chiesa playing. I was like, wow. Arne Slot is actually starting Federico Chiesa in the game. Someone that he has completely alienated from the squad, isolated, hasn't played him at all, kept on the bench all season. He was actually starting Chiesa. I was genuinely shocked. I was like, okay, I'm hyped. I'm really hyped. Chiesa is finally getting a start in the Premier League game. I was really happy. For Chiesa, and something that he deserves, in my opinion. He deserves this. He's been sat on the bench all season, seeing players like Nunes get chances that he should be given, and I was happy Chiesa was given a chance. Elliott also played, someone who doesn't usually play. Quansah was there. It was a very weakened Liverpool team. Slot put out a weaker team than we probably usually would have, and I think you could tell it was a weaker team because I think even though we was winning 2-1 in the game, 1-0, I think you could see that the levels were not there. They were not there. I mean, overall, I thought we were pretty poor today. We have been poor now for a while, but I thought there was just zero energy levels. You could tell the players had been off partying in Dubai, doing whatever, getting drunk in Dubai. It was pretty blatantly obvious that they were doing all that because I could see, I just saw a team that looked completely drunk, completely not bothered, and yeah, we lost the game. Right, and rightly so. 3-2, could have been a bit more. Brighton had about 21 shots on goal. I think we were probably a bit lucky, Tony. It would fit Tony, we 3-2, but credit to Brighton. I think Brighton played very well. Very, very well. This is a team that I think they're still chasing Europe. I think they can still get a Europa League spot. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not too sure about that, but I will have to look. But I thought Brighton played very well. Maybe I'm not sure if maybe we made them look better, or maybe it was because we played a weaker team. I'm not sure, but I personally thought Brighton looked very, very good. Credit to them, and I think Brighton have had a pretty good season. Obviously, changing managers to this new guy, Hertzler. I think he's done a pretty decent job there. I think they're in contention for Europe again, where Brighton should be. The way they play, I think they deserve to be in Europe altogether. So credit to Brighton. Got the win, right? Deserved win, and credit to them. I hope they get a European spot. But I want to talk a bit more about the team selection from our side. Even though Chiesa played, I don't think he was particularly great. I'll be honest. I was kind of disappointed in Chiesa's performance. Brutal, honest truth here. I thought Chiesa would be a bit more energetic. He'd be a bit more determined. He'd really want to prove to the manager that, I've not been playing, but I'm gonna play. I'm gonna prove to you why I should be playing, why I should be kept at Liverpool, why, I deserve to be a starter. I thought Chiesa would have a fire in his stomach, and really want to prove something, but I don't know. I think maybe it was the wrong day for him. He wasn't really, he wasn't bad. I wouldn't say he was bad. I thought he was very average though. Didn't really do much. Yeah, I don't think Chiesa had the best game when he came on, when he played today as a starter. Hopefully, I know it's just a one-off because Chiesa's looked good every other time he's come on, but I really hope that doesn't, solidify in Slot's mind that he has to go. He doesn't want Chiesa around. I mean, it probably will now that he's seen Chiesa start and not play too particularly well, but I really hope that isn't the case because I think Chiesa does deserve to stay, and I think he has got potential as a player to improve here. Yeah, I hope not. I hope that's not the case, but overall, that's our fourth loss of the season now. Yeah, that's our fourth loss. Up until the international break in what April was it? Can't remember now off the top of my head, but we'd only lost one game in the league up until then. We've come back from the international break after being knocked out of the Champions League and losing the cup final, and I'm going to be totally honest, we haven't looked the same since we came back from that international break. We've lost 3 games. Fulham away 3-2, Chelsea away 3-1, and today again Brighton away 3-2. So I'm not sure what it is, but since we've come back from the international break, we haven't really looked the same. The team hasn't looked the same. People are going to say we've won the league, so it's different, but I don't particularly think so. I think we've been playing poor for a good while since the league was confirmed. I think since we went out in the Champions League and lost the final, I think we haven't really looked the same since then. Our form hasn't particularly been great. Yeah, but I think overall, am I really annoyed at the game? I'm torn, really. I'm really torn on this one because I know I get told that I'm negative a lot. But I'm torn on this one. Part of me is a bit annoyed that we did lose the game. And another part of me is kind of not bothered. I'm 50-50 on it. I know a lot of fans will probably say players were on the beach. Fans are on the beach, obviously. They're just going up to Brighton for vibes and all that now at this point. But another part of me sat there thinking we should still maintain a standard. We should still maintain a high level of playing. You know, a high level of standard, like I've said in previous videos. I think since we've won the league, I think we haven't even won a game. We haven't won a game. We drew against Arsenal, lost to Chelsea. So no win since winning the title. It's not a great look, to be fair. It's not a great look. And the performances haven't been there either. Today again, the performance wasn't there. I can see both sides. I'm 50-50. Part of me's not bothered about it. The other part of me's thinking, no, we still have to maintain the high standard. But that's twice now we've let a lead slip. 2-2. We was 2-0 up last weekend, and we drew the game 2-2. 2-1 up this week, and we drew 2-2 again. We lost 3-2. Let a lead slip. Not great, I'll be honest. Defensively, not great, and there's not much to be positive on at the pitch. Funnily enough, the most positive thing about Liverpool at the moment is the transfer window. Literally, normally it's vice versa. We're playing very well on the pitch, but the transfer window's letting us down. The owners are. This time, at the moment, it's the total polar opposite. The window looks really, really good and exciting, but on the pitch we're seeing a Liverpool team that are pretty much not bothered no more, kind of just on the beach and not really caring about it. So yeah, it's an interesting twist that the transfer window at the moment is the main positive about us, and not the team on the pitch. Usually it's vice versa, but I am. It was a strange game. It definitely had end of the season vibes to it. We weren't playing for much. You could say we weren't playing for much. Brighton had a lot more to play for. They were up for it a lot more than we were. And that was kind of expected, to be fair. But now we've got one more game to play, Crystal Palace at home, before we all check out for the season. Hopefully we get the win versus Crystal Palace. I really hope we can get the win versus Palace. I mean, ending the season with no wins since we were crowned champions wouldn't be a great look, and I wouldn't be happy with that, to be fair. I hope we do beat Palace on the last day and have a good send-off. And most importantly, I am in Liverpool next Sunday for the Crystal Palace game. So hopefully my first time at Anfield in the stadium, we can, it can be a memorable moment for me and we can win the game. I do want to end the season on a positive note. And I would like the team to end the season on a positive note too. Hopefully we get that win versus Palace and we log off the season with a win in what has been overall a pretty solid, successful season for Liverpool. But today, I can see why some of our fans will be angry about the result, but I can also see why some of our fans won't be angry with the result. Personally, I'm leaning more towards not being angry about it. I was pretty upset about the Chelsea game. I was upset when we didn't beat Arsenal, but today I was a lot more laid back and chill about this one. This one didn't really bother me as much. I didn't really think we would win the game, to be fair. I think Brighton are a good side at home. And they aren't no bugs. Brighton aren't no bugs. So us being on the beach, I didn't really expect us to come into this game winning. I did predict a draw, but a 3-2 loss We did lose, it's not great, but not the end of the world because we are still champions. But that's it for me. That's my match reaction. I think, as long as we get our win next weekend, end the season with a win, I think we'll all be happy as Liverpool fans. But let me know in the comments what you think, Liverpool fans. Are we bothered about what's happening, how our form's been end of the season, or are we not bothered? Let me know in the comments down below. Liverpool have it. Peace out.